Yeah, so recently I haven't been posting, and that's for good reason. For some reason, I think posting was really hard, so I decided to just scrap everything I was doing and just do things like this. So, here's a 10-minute yapping session. I've been thinking about a lot of things recently, and one of the things I've really been thinking about that crossed my big old noggin was I really don't understand glass. Like, the concept of glass really makes no sense to me. Like, I understand how glass is made. You get fucking sand, make it very, very high, and boom, you have glass. But to an extent, it makes no sense. It's so fragile, yet you can make something out of glass called a Prince Rupert drop that is like damn near indestructible unless you hit a very specific point on it, like some Achilles tendon, Achilles heel shit. So every time I think about, glass and what it is, I just think, damn, what else can I just make super hot and it's something else? So then I thought about it, and something else you could just make super hot and it becomes hard as a brick. Pause. Is clay. Now the concept of clay to brick, easy. You get this mud shit, make it hot, you have brick, boom, that's clay. Now, how the fuck, like, the first person to make clay must have been like on some type of drug, because you have to think about it. You have to think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just heat this thing up. It's not food, because back then fire was probably created only for like heat and food. Those are the only reasons why fire was created, heat and food. But then we decide, let me put sand in this bitch. Let me put clay in this bitch. And then after we created those two things, we just started putting everything into that bitch. A lot of things that we have now was just created because of niggas was just thinking, damn, let me put some shit into fire. Oh, you think I'm wrong? Okay. So I already pointed out clay and brick. Glass and brick. Let me just think of something off the top of my head that you could just put into fucking fire and it's now something else. Thought of something. Fucking metalworking. The whole concept of metalworking is just, let me put these two things in the fire and it just makes a new metal. We made bronze. Think about this. The Bronze Age ended because we made iron. Because we had iron. The Iron Age ended because we had fucking steel. When we were able to think, let me just mix these two bitches together with fire, we were like, damn, I'm really hit. Like, really thinking about some shit like that. Another thing, when I get high and I smoke a lot of weed and I think about a lot, besides that, is who's the first nigga to like get milk? Really think about that. Like, to go suck on you had to go suck on like a cow's titty to get milk. So that means you thought about that. Like, you consciously woke up and was like, damn, I'm gonna suck on a cow titty. Like, who wake up and does some shit like that? And something else is butter. And like, the whole idea of butter is weird too. Like, back then you had to churn the butter, but just the idea of butter is also crazy. Another thing that I think is actually kind of fucking crazy that no one really talks about is, okay. I know this is gonna sound stupid, but I gotta say it. The whole idea of fucking like vaccines and like fucking antibiotics is fucking crazy. When you really understand what the fuck those things are, it's kind of fucking crazy. So a vaccine, everyone knows, is just like the weaker version of a disease. You know how bold you have to be? Like, the first motherfucker to just be like, yeah, because you have to think about this. Before the motherfucker to do this, did this, they were still cutting motherfuckers' arms off for little shit. Like, they were still basically in, like, caveman time with, like, health and shit. But this guy really just woke up one day and he was like, yeah, I'm going to put the disease in my body and it's gonna save me. And it fucking worked. Like, the idea that worked is crazy. And then antibiotics. Once again, it's just the weaker version of the disease, but, like, purified. I'm a nigga. I can't explain it. You're gonna need to get a doctor for that. But it's basically that. So, when you really think about it, the first person to really do this medicine shit was off a perk, because he had to be tweaking, like he was smoking off shrooms, something, because you can't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna put the disease into my body. That makes no fucking sense. I wouldn't, like, you had to be a bold motherfucker, balls of steel, my guy, balls of steel. Another thing I think about, this one is really going to seem left field. Basketball. Man, I get on basketball Twitter sometimes, and it hurts my head, man. Like, no disrespect to, like, the motherfuckers on Twitter, X, or whatever the fuck it's called, who think they know something. But some of y'all all-times lists are, like, chopped up. Fucked, man. Like, I'm going to pull up some examples on screen. They're here now. I'm going to edit them in. But to keep this in your mind, the motherfuckers on Twitter are really, really tweaking with some of these lists I've seen. Then on top of this, I see other motherfuckers' lists being incorrect. So I'm here to drop the definitive top 10 list. If you say any other list in any other order, you're either wrong, or you must have some new basketball IQ I've never heard of. Alright, let's start it off simply. Number 1, LeBron James. I don't want to hear Michael Jordan's name. I don't want to hear it. Number 2, Kobe Bryant. I said it. Kobe is better than Michael Jordan all the time. I'm tired of the Michael Jordan nutsuckers. We're going to need to stand on business with this one. Kobe is second all time. Number 3, Michael Jordan. There you go, MJ. Perfectly rated at number 3, where you should be. Because one, the 90s comp wasn't even that good for him, and the Eagles' defense was crazy. Number 4 all time, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is the 4th best player I have ever seen with my eyes. So there you go. Tim Duncan, number 4. Number 5, Shaquille O'Neal. Motherfuckers are asking me, where's Kareem at? He played in the 60s. He played in the early 60s, most of the 70s, and the 80s. I'm not really moved by that, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not, like, moved. It's not, like, warming my heart. His comp wasn't crazy. He was playing against a lot of crackheads. A lot of good players, were in different leagues or were literally outside the NBA. Like, there was just so much going on, so I can't put them any higher than 6. Like, the highest I will put them at 6. All right. Number 7, Steph Curry. Number 8, I don't think anyone should argue Steph is 7. And if he has another 2 good seasons, he'll be over Kareem. Number 8, I could probably put Hakeem. Yeah, Hakeem. So if 8 is Hakeem, that will make 9 Magic and make fucking 10 KD. Boom. That's a definitive top 10 list. And before anyone, gets over here, like, pointing holes in my list, why isn't Larry Bird on your list, but Magic is? Magic was the better player. Oh, Kevin Durant isn't better than KG. KG peaked as a better player, probably, but this is the all-time list, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, man. So I guess like, comment, subscribe. If you like these yapping videos, I guess I'll post them whenever I get high again. But yeah.